Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. The person that one of them at least, I admire is Hungarian Foreign Minister, Mr. Peter Szijjarto. And I don't admire him because he's curvy or anything. I admire him for his intellect, knowledge, and courage. I think we still have those considered as values and virtues. So what happened here? As a timeout, short disclaimer that my Hungarian friends and my Romanian friends will understand. So by birth I am from Romania. So for me, admiring a Hungarian sounds a little bit strange, if you know what I mean. But I don't give up who that is. If that person displays courage, intelligence, wisdom, a knowledge, that would be my man. I don't care who that person is, okay? In this case, it's a Hungarian, and I like the foreign minister of Hungary very, very much. Hungary plays a independent role, in my assessment, where they do not want to sell out their culture, nation, traditions, statehood to the Brussels+USA or American hanky-panky, banky-lanky, whatever. And I admire that, not because they're against these guys, but because they stand up for whatever they believe in. And they're supported by the nation of Hungary, the Hungarians. Okay? All right, unlike Romanians. Anyway, so let's see what's going on in this article, where Mr. Szijjarto went to visit Moscow. Oh my God, oy vey! That should not be happening, but it does. This is Peter Szijjarto. This article comes from Bloomberg. Hungary envoy seals energy deals in Moscow despite EU stance. Well, they are looking for their country's interest. That's what they do. Huh? Don't squeeze that little hand over there. She's smiley. Hey, what's up? I know you from last time. Shut the hell up. You're too obvious. Okay. This is April 11, 20... Look at that eyes. Look at those eyes. Gotcha! Alright, move on. I know you. Hungary's top diplomat secured a deal to expand gas flows from Russia and renewed a financial agreement on its nuclear power plant, underscoring Budapest's schism with the rest of the European Union over Russian invasion of Ukraine. The schism is that the rest of the European Union are, weasels. If you know what I mean. They are weasels. That's what it is. It's not a schism. There are many countries that would like to defect the US plantation, but they can't because they're cowards. Romania is one example. One example. Okay? And a clear example. And not only, but what can you do? As I have some Romanian friends here, I had some conversation obviously with them and say, well, we have to protect our statehood, we have to protect it. Nah, yeah, okay, yeah, you die like a slave in a cage, that's great, good for you. Other people die like lions. Well, you died. Well, you know what? It depends what kind of values you have. If you want to consume and be, yes, sir, yes, sir, give me a little bone, yeah, a little crumb. If you want to be like that, be like that. That's why I didn't like where I come from. That's why I didn't like. Too many of those guys made the politics in that country. And a lot of people are agreeing with that. You know, the Romanians have this how should I put it, expression. The bowed head, the sword will not cut. That means if you are a servant, good servant, you will survive. That's the attitude. I learned it since I was in the third grade from my teacher, Rada, okay? The capul plecat, sabia nu-l taie. Yeah! And I was like, what? Say it again? Yes! Capul plecat, sabia nu-l taie. The bowed head is not cut by the sword. And I was like, so that means you should be a weasel? No, that means to be smart. Weasel? Smart. That wasn't the explanation. That's how we survive. I don't want to survive like that. I want to be like the Serbs. Look where the Serbs are right now. Yeah, but their national conscience is still intact. The Romanians is up. Anyway, let's go back. Oh, shoot. The schism. They care for their interest. Foreign Minister Peter Szijjarto, yay, sealed the deal as Prime Minister Viktor Orban's moves to boost his country's dependence on Russian oil, gas and nuclear supplies, while fellow EU members strive to break free. And hey, you idiots, you break free, okay. You break free, somehow the Russians grabbed you by the, you don't have balls, by the throat, by the neck, and now you break free. Where are you going to go to? I can tell you, to someone else is going to grab you by the throat, not balls, but the throat. Who's that? The country of good, which is Zimbabwe from across Atlantic. So I'm not friends with my neighbors right here. I'm friends with a guy from 5 countries 7 miles away from my country. Not with a neighbor here and I have a common fence. No. I hate them. Why? I love you. I love you. Yeah, you. Shut the fuck up. You. That's how we are. Instead of saying, hey, I'm okay with you, let's do business together. No, because these guys want to invade me, because they have imperialistic views. They tell me. Oh, the evidence is right there. Right there, really? What military, what armies do I have on my territory? The bad neighbor or the good neighbor? Or the good neighbor to defend me from the bad neighbor? Well, you make sense of all that, okay? There's no good neighbor, not bad neighbor, just your personal interest. But you have people who come from far away telling you who to love and who to hate. And somehow these guys are breaking free and getting in other countries' claws. Because they must depend on someone. They must depend on someone. Look at them. They break free. Hungary will now have the option to receive more natural gas from Russia on top of an existing long-term agreement ahead of the winter storage season, Szijjarto said in a statement. Gazprom PJSC will consider not only supplies above contractual volumes in 2023, but also the possibility of delaying payments for these shipments, Russia's gas giant said in a Telegram post. Szijjarto also agreed to further secure crude supplies through the Druzhba friendship pipeline via Ukraine. Now, while the Hungarians will have a better life, the Romanians will have a worse life. But hey, in the name of, what did you say we have to hate? Oh, them? Okay, in the name of defending our country, we're going to have a worse standard of living, and we're still going to have whose troops? Oh, your troops. Thank you very much. What should we do now? Should I go to the bathroom, take a pee? Not yet. Okay. I'm going to bow my head. Please don't cut it. Smack. This attitude. I hated this attitude. It angered me since I was a child. It angered me. Something was wrong. These beggars after 1989, the revolution, they mowed down Ceausescu. Bad dude. You know how you consider a person's achievements, if it's a good or bad? Take good things and bad things and put them together and see if he was a good person or a more of a bad person. And you can figure out. They killed him. Whose orders? We can't say. On the 25th of December, and we're a Christian country. Shut up, okay? And then what happened after that? 32 years, almost 33 years. What happened in that great Romania? Hey, what are we producing? I'm listening. What are we producing? I can tell you what we consume. Everything, including that too. All right? That's Romania nowadays. I've just visited. Everybody's happy over there, kind of. But they're like, no. And that you may, okay, I'm so riled up. After the 1989, the Romanians from Bucharest and other pieces of shit, they were saying, hey, be nice, the Europeans, we're going to get into Europe. Europe is going to come and help us. Europe, hey, everybody, shut the fuck up. Now, take your pens down, bend over, and wait. They're going to come in, and then they're going to help us. Why do we need help? Why? Are we retards? That's how it was, the attitude. And at that time, I was not a child anymore. I was like, what the hell is going on here? And I was not an adult either. I was in between, like a little... Anyway, and I could figure things out. I was like, wait for Europe to come and help us. We don't need Europe to come and help us. We have to help ourselves to be independent. And then you find, oh, we're going to be with this, or you're going to be with this, and then... Nah, that's not an attitude. But there you have it, Romania. Oh, shit. Anyway. And I'm quoting, Russia has always been a reliable energy supplier. In the future, we're also ready to ensure reliable supplies to Hungary. Putin Deputy Prime Minister for Energy Alexander Novak said in a statement after the two met on Tuesday. He thanked Szijjarto and Orban for constructive cooperation. I don't think that's destructive. Hungary has taken steps to diversify its energy sources, accessing liquefied natural gas from sea terminals in Croatia and Poland. Budapest has also been in talks with Azerbaijan for electricity and gas exports. This is an open opportunity consumer right there. Good for you guys. Get the best deals like India. When they slap the Europeans, they say, what the hell are you talking about, the Americans? We do business wherever we find it convenient for us, advantageous. What are you talking about? But relations with Moscow remain paramount in the energy sphere. Yeah, they're like lovers for life and forever and ever. After visiting Belarus in February, another rare trip to a Moscow ally under Western sanctions, Szijjarto twined his meeting with Novak by also speaking with Alexei Likhachchev, the chief executive officer of State Nuclear Cooperation Rosatom. Novak and Likhachchev are both under sanctions from Ukraine and some of its allies. No such allies, it's only vassal states and the master United States, my bad, Zimbabwe from across Atlantic. Oh, Jesus Christ, Freud! Sigmund Freud, you made me have a little sleep of my long, sharp tongue. Orban has criticized EU sanctions against Russia, saying they don't work, despite economic data showing they have dented the ability of President Vladimir Putin's government to build weapons and intensify his war in Ukraine. That's a BS. And how is Europe doing? I want to hear. Hello? What's the inflation in Europe? How much they pay for electricity? The British doctors are having a strike right now for 4 days. Strikes after for the what? Decline in the standard of living. We dented the Russians. The Russians, you know how they fight in Ukraine? That's the way they fight in Ukraine. Why? Because they don't want everything else to be, rock the boat here. That's how they fight. Right? They don't even hold a fist right now. You don't believe me? How many people are there involved in the war? What's the personnel? 400,000? I'm talking about Russian military, not the guys in eastern Ukraine and the mercenaries. Huh? How many? And volunteers. There are volunteers? I don't think so. Are they? Anyway, 400,000? 500,000? 600,000? Out of what? Potential what? 30 million? So, off. Not you, because you're with me here listening to my little rant. I don't know. But I'm very, as probably you can tell, very sour with Romania versus Hungary. Romania is better than Hungary in what? In sucking Let's go back. So the deal Szijjarto clinched on Tuesday includes financing for the project that will guarantee its implementation, he said, adding that the agreement would need approval from the EU Commission. So Hungary wants to expand its PAX nuclear power plant, and the European will say nay. The preparatory work are underway to construct auxiliary buildings at PAX 2, Rosatom said in a Telegram post after the meeting. Rosatom is continuing the process of obtaining licenses for certain types of works, if it added. Now, I don't know if you, my friends, are familiar with the geographical location of Hungary. It's a landlocked country. It is not going to build a hydroelectric power plant on the Danube River, okay? So they don't have squat energy. Zero. Unless the wind is going to start blowing and the sun is going to start shining. You know what I mean? So they need energy. Without energy, they will be like, oh, no, let's go and plant some corn right here. Psh, that's what they're going to do. All right? So they need energy from outside. Why should they buy that premium 3 times the price of energy from the friends? You know what I mean? Friends, allies, instead of buying from the other guys, the bad dudes. I mean, really. Anyway, my friends. This is it. It's just they expect you to jump on board of some idea and on one team that you really don't believe in that team. Like Hungary doesn't really believe in the European values. You know, it's very strange that certain countries in Europe, part of Europe, they somehow don't have European values. How is that? I mean, you know what I mean? Oh, Hungary doesn't have European values because they don't accept and all that, and you know what I mean? All of us, or the Poles, they gotta change. We have to uphold the European values. Where the hell are we from? From Mars? Calm down, my friends, and Emil as well. Take it easy. Just know who you are. Stand up for whatever you believe in, and the weasels. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.